I'm Corianne Etienne, and welcome to Cooking with Corianne. You know, with the longer days and warmer nights ahead of us, nothing beats a fantastic berry compote. And as a busy mother of three, I really don't have time to make jam, but I do love making a mixed berry compote or sauce to complement any of our puddings, but especially to make breakfast more memorable. You know, the California giant berry season is available year-round, but right now, berries are in abundance, making them exceptionally sweet and a really fantastic size. I'm using a blended medley of fresh strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries that I'll be adding to this mix with some blackberries. And really, the trick with making a berry compote is in the sweetness of the berries. They're so naturally sweet that you need to use just a little bit of sugar. I like my berry compotes to be a little bit on the saucy side. That way I can use them both for breakfast, but also mix them into cocktails, spring drinks, and any number of decadent berry complements. I'm putting together a cup of fresh strawberries and going to be mixing that with a cup of fresh blackberries and blueberries and raspberries. Be really delicate with all of the berries because as they blend down, if you want a more chunky kind of compote, you want to be especially friendly with them. They don't play kindly with firm grasps. So just one more cup of mixed berries. It's always a good idea when playing with blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries just to see how sweet they are before you add the sugar. They're just about as sweet as I am. So I've got 4 cups of fresh berries in my saucepan. And because I absolutely adore using clementines instead of oranges, I'm going to squeeze in 1 small clementine into my compote mix. You can use a half an orange or even a Meyer lemon if you'd like to as well. Normally I'd use about 5 tablespoons of sugar for this, but the berries are especially sweet right now, so I'm really just going to use 4. And then I'm going to very delicately kind of blend all of that together. And as I said before, be very delicate with your berries, especially if you want them nice and round when you're done with the compote. But as I like mine a little bit saucy, I might be a little bit more vigorous in my stirring. And again, just for good measure, this is brilliant. I'm going to bring it over to my oven on the stovetop and cook for about 15 to 20 minutes until it reduces down on a medium to low heat. Okay, so the berry compote has been simmering on the stove for about 15 to 20 minutes on medium to low heat. And as I said, I like mine to be a little bit between the kind of clunky and berry-licious, if you don't mind, but also sweet and smooth at the same time. But this is where the decadence comes in, darlings. I've got a little bit of dark chocolate, and I'm just going to finely grate about 2 tablespoons of chocolate into it while it's still warm. What that does is it really just kind of gives it, well, decadence, frankly. And who doesn't love a little bit of decadence? Give that a nice stir. And almost immediately when you're stirring it in, the chocolate melts right into that berry. Let's give it a little taste. Brilliant. So while I was cooking my compote, I took the liberty of putting a little bit of oatmeal on because I really cannot resist having a little bit right now. Just spooning in my oatmeal. Now normally I would put salt and butter on my oatmeal, A little trick I learned from my husband. But today, oh darling, this is all about fresh berries. Kind of stir that in. Absolutely divine. This is going to give my breakfast a spring twist.